Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Applebox Chronicles. My name is Peyton Buto,
And I'm Adrian Thomas.
and today on the ABCs, we are taking you from A to Z on Mortal Kombat II, the new Mortal Kombat film. We actually did not plan to talk about this initially.
I thought I was gonna be another Mortal Kombat movie. Let's see how this goes. But as time got closer, I was like, you know what? They might have something here.
As someone who had not seen any Mortal Kombat movies before this, I've seen, the main four now. There's other ones that I haven't watched, and we'll touch on all those today. But as someone who had never seen those before, I was really excited for this new movie. Something about it looked promising to me with all the different characters they were using. It looked very colorful, and it looked like they were going to touch on a lot of locations. Something told me it was going to be very faithful to the games, which I am a fan of casually.
Yeah.
So I was excited, but I hadn't seen the other ones, and now that I am caught up, I don't know. I'm happy to say that we were both very satisfied with this movie and satisfied enough to where we wanted to talk about it this week because we felt like it was the most prime thing on our minds.
Yeah, I mean, I like this way more than I thought I would.
We just had thoughts, and we needed to get this out because I think it'll be undervalued by some, and it's fine. I think the reaction is pretty reasonable, is that it's good, but it's like a blockbuster.
Yeah, I
so
think
it's not like the greatest thing ever, but it's fun.
I think if you're not a fan, or if you haven't played the video games and you're not familiar with it, this will either win you over or you'll just be like, yeah, it's whatever.
But I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, this is just garbage.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sure some people do think that. But the thing is, I think we just want to get some thoughts out about why we think they really got it right with this one.
Yeah.
Mainly, it's the script.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the last movie and the things that film was focusing on, now that I've seen it and you've seen it. The writer, Jeremy Slater, who wrote stuff like Godzilla x Kong, he worked on Moon Knight and Umbrella Academy, an Exorcist TV show, things like that. So you've definitely probably seen something he's done.
Yeah.
I feel like this was just the perfect guy to get to do this movie.
Yeah, he got everything right in terms of, I think the writing just pulled a lot of weight and made this movie as enjoyable, and I think it also just utilizes a lot of what makes the game so great as well. I think he understands the game enough to where he could accurately adapt it into the movie without making it feel like we're pulling too much for fan servicey, or we're making it too, I don't know, grounded and realistic. It's just like a perfect tonal mix of everything you need a Mortal Kombat movie to be. And I think that's why it's so great.
So we would like to open this episode with a quote from the screenwriter that says, them in this quote is referring to the audience. It says, "You don't want them to feel like it is transformed into something that's unrecognizable, but let's broaden the umbrella. Let's let everyone else in and let everyone else have just as much fun as we are having." So that is basically the goal spelled out for this movie, which is, yes, it's going to be for Mortal Kombat fans, but let's just invite people into the world and make the world feel like something exciting for anybody to enjoy, even if they haven't played the games already. And that is the balance that I feel was achieved, because the way the film uses references, for example, it's it doesn't feel like it's going out of its way to do it, but it does feel like it is very interested in finding those opportunities, but it wants to find them naturally.
Yeah. I also think that if you haven't played the games before and you watch this movie and then you're interested enough to play the games, or at least the newer ones, I think it will be enjoyable to those people as well, because then they have the movie to reference back to and be like, oh my god, this is an actual location you could play at, an actual stage. Or I now understand why certain things were happening in the movie and why they why it was so funny, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of works both ways.
Yeah.
And that's the neat trick of this movie. I do wish we had seen this in 40X because I think the action would have been very fun. We're definitely going to go back. We initially fucking intended to see it in 40X, but I pulled what I'm now dubbing the great 40X fumble of 26. I got us tickets to the wrong
Theater,
Regal
yeah.
because I thought that the one near us was the only one in town that did 40X, and I clicked on Mortal Kombat 2 on the fucking app, and the top one it listed was like the farthest Regal for some reason. And then we got to the theater, and we were like 20 minutes, because of the difference in showtime, we were like 20 minutes late from switching from that 40X to another 40X. So we had to see this in standard 2D.
Yeah.
With laser. But I'm really mad. But it'll actually be fun to go back. Like, I've absorbed the narrative enough to where I'm going to go back and I'm just going to, sit back and enjoy the fighting and the movement of the chair. We love 40X.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Like, hey, sponsorship?
Yeah, 40X. If you want Regal, 40X, if you want to, like, throw us a sponsor, like, we'll promote.
Yeah. We'll watch every movie you send our way.
Yeah, we'll be like, oh, we saw this in 40X, guys. Be sure to see this in 40X. I will say we should probably, like, do, like, eventually, like, a ranking of the movies this year that we saw in 40X. Like, I have a tag for it on Letterboxd.
Me too,
and you do too. So, like, we can look through that and be like, what was the best experience of the year?
Nothing's going to be Twisters.
Well, that's that's like an all-timer, right?
But
I think
this year, we'll see.
I think it's Lee Cronin's The Mummy so far. That shit was amazing. The water was so pristine in that.
It was, that was pretty great.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe when we watch this in 40X, this will take number one.
Oh, yeah. Who knows?
You would hope so. So we'll see.
It seems like it's built for it. So we're going to go through some of the characters and some of the things that happen in this movie and talk about what we liked, what we didn't like.
Yeah.
But then we're going to circle back to the other films, and we'll probably touch on them along the way, because we believe that this is the best Mortal Kombat film made so far.
Easily.
I think, that's something we immediately agreed upon, like, when we kind of got together to put this episode together. Yeah. So that's our, I guess, thesis statement today, and we want to basically prove to you why we think that is.
Yeah.
So let's start this off, and there will be spoilers for the film from moving forward. So if you haven't seen the movie, or you just don't care about spoilers, I suppose, come back when you've seen it, or, listen at your own risk.
Yeah.
It's not really a movie that's too much affected by spoilers, but things happen. Yeah. Choices are made in this movie, so you do want to experience it fresh, because there's some shit where you're going to be like, what the fuck? I didn't think they could do that.
Yeah.
It's great. So Katana and Johnny Cage are basically the two main characters of this movie. They get the most runway with their character arcs. Mm-hmm. They ground the movie in a way that is like, it's like very balanced in focusing on all these different characters, but it has some kind of through line.
Yeah.
With these two that just makes the movie satisfying. Yeah,
because you kind of have, it's kind of like the Luke and Leia situation. You have Leia, which is like in the fight already. She has goals that she needs to meet in terms of like stopping Shao Kahn, and then you have the Luke character, the Johnny Cage character, who's like brand new. He's like, what's going on? What do I got to do?
And I really appreciate that for a fish out of water trope like Johnny Cage in this movie, they're not doing like the training montage and the exposition and learning, because I do think this movie is able to kind of piggyback off of the previous one from 2021 in terms of that setup and that exposition, and you're already kind of in the world. So when Johnny Cage enters the world, it's not like we're really learning it with him. We're kind of learning where he fits into it, which I think is more interesting.
We are kind of learning it with him, but it's not in a way where it's like, oh, here we go again. We're like relearning all the stuff we already know. They kind of make it like fun and interesting, where he's like, I don't like Mortal Kombat. he's just baffled, but like it's also funny how fast he gets into it.
My god, like immediately, like he's introduced to Sonya Blade and Raiden, and then he goes to Raiden's temple, and then he talks to Sonya for like 5 seconds, and then he's immediately like, "Wait, you can die?" And then he's like, "I want to go
like,
back." And then they're like,
it's
okay,
like you can go back, but
like,
they'll summon you still.
Yeah, you're still gonna like see you later, and then he leaves. And then I don't know, we get to see him process it a little bit, but it is interesting how it kind of just like gets all that done really, really fast. The movie is more interested in the combat, which is the best part.
Oh yeah, like I think every single fighting scene in this movie is like an all timer. It's so good.
It has probably, like, if you were to rank all the fights from all 4 of these movies, this would be like all of these ones would be at the top, and then the rest would be below them.
Because they're really cool. They're really cool to watch. They actually implement a lot of the moves from the video game that you could do and use.
Yeah.
And they just make it like seem so like weighty and cool. Like when he's like lifting up that heavy hammer and they're just kicking it around. Like I just love that stuff.
Also, there is a scene in the 2021 film where Liu Kang is spamming the like sweep kick and like tripping, I think it's Cole Young, like a bunch of times.
Yeah,
I liked that part because I do that.
Well, yeah, like, you're a Liu Kanger.
I'm a Liu Kang main, so like, I trip people with that all the time in Mortal Kombat X when I'm playing, or Mortal Kombat 1, I guess. Now is the newest one. That's the one I play on the PS5. But it's like it's just funny because I was like, yep, that's how Liu Kang players do it.
Yeah.
So that was a good part. But yeah, there's a lot of different fatalities and different moves in this, and I just think the fighting is better shot, better edited.
Oh yeah.
The staging of everything, like the way that it implements actual stages. It'll do the side profile like shot like you're about to play it. And it's like, come on. You can't. But it's not jarring. It's like a little thing. It's a thing for you to notice if you're used to seeing that. Like it really did a great job of balancing all of that.
Yes.
And making it just a decent action movie.
Yeah, Stephen F. Windon, the DP, who wasn't the DP of the first movie. I think he also added kind of this the look, the Mortal Kombat look to the movie that we just weren't getting from the other movies.
Yes.
Like even in the one before, it just was like, ooh, it's like just rocky and dirt locations, and it just like kind of boring. Where this one, it's like you're actually in locations and stages that you would actually play, and they kind of look exactly like them as well. But yeah, I love the look of this movie.
Going back to Katana, she's like the opener of the movie. Her backstory is what kind of sets up Shao Kahn and everything, and I like getting to see that because the stakes are already there. There's a bit of like tragedy and loss to it, and you get. There's this moment where her father tells her, like, oh, combat or a fight is not, like, in your fist. It's, like, in your mind and your heart and stuff. Yeah. And I think that plays a little bit into what Johnny Cage gets to do later on. Where
I think that's also kind of playing Mortal Kombat in itself, because you could beat any character with any other character.
Exactly.
You just need to know how to utilize that character and, like,
it's about that character's identity.
It's all in your mind. You got to like figure out their moves.
Yeah, in a weird way, that is kind of it. I think that's very smart.
When I was younger and dumber, like as a little kid and playing Mortal Kombat, I was like, I didn't want to play like the girl characters because I thought like they would be like weaker or whatnot. But no, they could beat your ass. Like if you have a good katana player, easy, like fatality.
Yeah, that's because when
I
you
would lose so bad.
You were so exposed to the patriarchy as a child, and you didn't. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I like once I saw like people like actually play and use like those characters when I got like a little bit like older from then, I was like, oh no, you could be anybody in this game and beat anybody.
Exactly.
You just need to know how to use that character.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be attuned with who they are. there's a bit of like a personality to the way that you play. Like if you're playing Johnny Cage, you have to be an asshole. You know
You have to be Johnny Cage.
Yeah, you have to act like you have to play like a dick as well.
Yeah, the thing is, I never really had any like main characters. I'm not much of a video game player, but I did always love playing Mortal Kombat. But even then, I never like mained anyone. I think if anything, I always liked playing Raiden because I just like his moves, and Scorpion. But those are like your kind of like your basic like. Those are the guys that people always play. I never like got used to any of the like other like characters. I don't know. You just like you got really into like Liu Kang.
I just love Liu Kang.
I think I've only seen you play any other character like maybe once.
I just love those kicks. It's so fun. We do have like an older Johnny Cage, and the reasoning behind that is like you want a character. This is what Jeremy Slater said. You want a character with like wants and desires. You don't want a character that is like everybody likes him, and he's a karate champion, and he's the biggest movie star out there, so it's like yay. Like I think they use this idea that like the industry changed up, and Johnny Cage doesn't like belong in his industry anymore, or doesn't feel he belongs. And I think what's interesting is there's a line where he talks about Keanu Reeves and John Wick. Like he references it. He's like, people they want gritty real stuff, or they want to watch John Wick kill people with a pencil. Yeah. They don't want to see me. And I think that's a funny, like, kind of meta line about like this movie's kind of ridiculous. It's it's a little bit out there, and maybe people need to accept that about it. So it's kind of the movie saying, "Hey, we're not going for anything."
I do
real.
like that the movie is aware, like it has like self-awareness to it, and it knows like kind of what world it's like occupying.
Yeah. And Jeremy said something about like it's not the actor becoming like playing an action hero and then becoming a star. It's like we get stars to play action heroes. Yeah. Or something like that.
Yeah, this is because initially when the first game came out, Johnny Cage was based off of
Jean-Claude
Van Damme, and he was kind of like that person that was like he was really big into martial arts and then became a movie star, and his movies aren't very good, honestly. Like, Bloodsport's really fun to watch that one, but he was like a huge movie star, but he was only really known and could only really play action like roles. Yeah, like you wouldn't see Jean-Claude Van Damme in like a drama or anything, and even now, like you barely hear about him anymore. So it would be kind of like taking like an older Jean-Claude Van Damme and putting him into Mortal Kombat today, and I think that's like a nice little kind of thing that they're doing.
It's a good change. It's a good like changing up the character a little bit to make this is the thing this movie does. It's like when it makes tweaks like that, it's to make it a better film experience, and when it is faithful to the game, it's doing so in a way that doesn't compromise the film experience. So
I also want to say that I love the scene in which you're watching one of his older films. Yeah, and it's just the most ridiculous like action Hollywood looking movie, like of all time. It's so funny. To be like you'll watch a scene where he's like fighting, and he's fighting like 5 or 6 guys at the same time, and every time he's fighting like 1 or 2 guys, you could see like 3 of the other guys in the background doing like the Christopher Nolan Batman thing where they're just like moving around, not doing anything. And I found that really funny because they were doing that a lot, and I was like, I know what they're doing. They're being silly with it.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of silly, I think Johnny Cage's actual fighting style later in the movie, when he fights Baraka and he kind of like has an awakening about himself, and again, this plays into the whole thing. You just have to know how to play the character. It's like this nice like theme that also matches the video game, where it's like you're an actor, act. Yeah. So he does a lot of like faking out and like pretending and like theatrics to trick Baraka and to get the upper hand. And I think that stuff is really cool because that is how people need to play Johnny Cage, they need to be like a little bit like of a trickster and a little bit cocky, and so
I can never
works.
play. I think that
I'm terrible at playing Johnny Cage.
I'm terrible at playing.
Bro, I
Johnny
play Johnny
Cage.
Cages online though. They're fucking crazy. Those guys, like they just know how to.
They're just in your ear. They're like, yeah, take that.
No, dude, like they're spamming that ball punch move so many times. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Classic.
But like they're so fast with it. But yeah, no, I just think that is such a clever way to use character growth and theme and make it faithful to the game at the same time in a way that is noticeable but not required to enjoy it. Yeah. So really great stuff all around.
It's a lot. It's a better main character than the previous one. Cole Young,
bro. Like no offense to the actor. He did a fine job. I just don't really like the way the character is utilized.
I just think it was such a blow to just create a new character when you have such a variety of characters to pick from. Like, you could have picked anybody, but instead they were like, no, we'll just make a brand new character that nobody knows or cares about and just make him the guy that we're just suddenly supposed to, like, care about now.
Also... And I think it really hurts that film because you have to spend so much time building that guy up, and you have to do so like I don't know. I just don't find him that interesting. I think making a new character that's also a complete outsider.
I was so confused.
But he doesn't have
too.
Like the same intrigue as Johnny Cage does in this film.
He's just kind of like a fighter that like consistently loses, I guess, at the beginning, and they're like, he's basically like a worse Johnny Cage in that first movie. He's
it's kind of what it's kind of like what they got right in this film, but with a different character and done worse.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I felt like a fake fan for a second. I was like, Cole Young, I've never played that. Who is that? I was like, damn, I guess I'm not a Mortal Kombat
well,
player.
What's interesting is so in this movie though, they kind of fix it.
Yeah.
But like not really. So there's a huge pivot. So it's so funny because in the first movie, it's all about like Sub-Zero's trying to kill him because he wants to wipe out the Hisashi bloodline, Scorpion's bloodline. Yeah. And it's so funny because he's a descendant of Scorpion, and he does have a daughter, so like technically the bloodline is fine. But when he fucking dies in this movie, and so it's like, no, the bloodline, like it's like, whoa, no, we were protecting him the whole last movie. So it is kind of like almost like a fan service retcon of like, you guys don't like this, okay, we're gonna kill this guy, and they didn't have to do that. They had already effectively sidelined him, right? Yeah. But I think what they're doing is
they did it in a respectful way too.
That's what I'm saying. They do it in a way that makes it makes the stakes better because you're like, they can just kill the main character of the last movie. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then it also makes Shao Kahn more threatening. Also, they did it in a respectful way because Shao Kahn has an amulet that allows him to just heal like Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Cole Young actually does beat him.
Yeah.
And then Shao Kahn fucking cheats and heals back, and it takes him by surprise and he kills him. So it is done in a way that's not like, this dude just sucks, let's kill him. It's like, oh, he got screwed over. And, by the end of this movie, they're talking about how they want to bring everyone back. There's theories that he's going to come back as Kenshi, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, we would have to, like,
and it would make sense why he would be blind because he lost his entire fucking head. So they would have to, like, reconstruct it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like, how they did that. I wonder where they'll go with it if they, have that third movie with him. Yeah. But I just don't mind the kind of pivoting in this way because I'm biased. I like it. I like the story they're telling better than what they were doing in the first movie. Yeah. But at the same time, it reminds me of a little bit of like Rise of Skywalker, where that movie just pivots so hard. But this is not as much of a 180. It is actually taking it's not like going back on what the first movie said. It's just kind of adding and taking a different direction.
I also just like that even the character of Cole Young is okay with dying.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, we know it's Mortal Kombat. We know we're gonna die, but you know what? If it's to save the planet and my family, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And then you're
kind of
like,
say that.
Okay.
But also, I do think they're pacing it better. They're making it more reasonable. It's low-key an homage to Annihilation, where they just kill Johnny Cage in the first 5 minutes. This is not that abrupt, but like...
Well, yeah, because
Mortal Kombat can do that.
Annihilation, I think that's one of the things that they wanted to do, as opposed to the first Mortal Kombat, was to be like, we're going to put way more fights in this movie. And they put way more fights in Mortal Kombat 2 than the previous Mortal Kombat movie 2, but in a way that actually makes sense and isn't just like bullshit.
That's the thing. This Mortal Kombat Annihilation is shoving like a lot of stuff in there to try to make it... It's like it's trying to distract you from the fact that the narrative is so fucked as a result.
Like, there's like movie, a fight between like Sonya and Mila in that one, and she just comes out of nowhere and then just dies immediately. It's like, what was that fight for? I think it was just so they could get Sonya to fight again with another character, but it had to be a female character for some reason. So they're like, oh, we'll have Mila come in and Melina come in and like just make an appearance.
Yeah. And
they just do that a few times in that movie, and I'm just like, okay.
I'm not rating that movie. I'm giving it a heart. It's so fun to watch.
It is a fun movie to watch and just kind of make fun of, but it's not a good movie.
I know. Like, I'm going to say what Chris Stuckman said about Anaconda, the original. If you hooked me up to a lie detector test and you were like, is Mortal Kombat Annihilation a good movie? I would be like, no. No, it's not. But it would hurt me to say it because I do love watching it so much.
It's a fun movie.
I mean, to be fair, when I started it, I was 4 beers in when I started it.
We should have watched this together.
I was losing my shit, bro. I was alone in the dark. And I was just like, I drank 4 beers, and I watched it right after the first one, or the first 2021 one. Yeah. So I watched I kind of did.
You did it out of order?
I did ping pong. I did 2, and then I did the original, and then I did the new first one, and then I did Annihilation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was immediately like, this is already better than that last one. because it's so entertaining,
off so strong in terms of just shit's going down.
I know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't wait for that one line I keep seeing on YouTube, and it happened within 2 minutes. Yeah. Too bad you will die. Yeah. That one
is what a weird they just tried to stuff that movie.
I'm so glad it exists. I'm so glad it exists.
It's incredibly fun to just be like, wow, they made choices with this one. And just watching it happen.
It's so crazy. Immediately, the Raiden recast, I was like, we're already improving. Christopher Lambert. Fucking ridiculous. It's awesome and terrible at the same time.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about Christopher Lambert. Is I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think I've ever seen him play a good role. But it is always fun to see him on screen when he's on screen.
Feel free to check out our Highlander episode from last season, as well as last week's Beowulf episode, which is not about his Beowulf, but he was in a Beowulf.
Yeah, that was produced by the same guys who did the first 2 Mortal Kombat movies. So
anyway, we're getting really off track. Yeah. But I kind of love Mortal Kombat Annihilation in an ironic way.
Yeah. Speaking of Raiden, they almost decapitate him in this one.
Dude, it's awesome. It's
so good. And the way that they do it, where it's it's kind of like a laser, just
it's just this beam of light comes out of his neck when it's sliced open. It's really cool.
Yeah, just think about that scene in the very beginning of Aliens when they crack open the seal, and it's but that's coming out of someone's neck.
Yes. And then also, like, the moment I knew that I loved this movie was Liu Kang versus Kung Lao, because it's like
one of the best.
Those are my two favorite characters to play, and I was just like, well, like, I like to play Liu Kang, and then in the new one with the Kung Lao, like, extra fighter, that's the way. That's the strategy. You teleport behind people. I'm talking circle X circle square. It's over. Anyway, so. That is like my favorite fight scene in the movie, because you really do see those guys go at it. They're using their powers. They're in the like ethereal, like blue stage. I don't know what it's called. It's really cool. It's some kind of otherworldly place. And the way that fight finishes, where Liu Kang, like, you know, he accepts that he's gonna have to take Kung Lao out again.
Yeah, at first, and I think this is obvious, that it's almost like, oh my god, he's gonna sacrifice himself.
Yes, exactly.
But he's like, no.
Yeah. So the hat is like in the floor and it's spinning, and like Liu Kang has the fire on his fist, and I think he like does a bit of a fake out, where it looks like he's gonna go for an attack, but then he just grabs Kung Lao and jumps backwards and like guts him with the hat. It's awesome.
It's so good. I want to rewatch it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's and obviously they bring back Kung Lao, even though he died in the previous one, because Quan Chi.
Just OP, like Damon Harriman.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was him when I watched it.
When I was watching it and I saw him, I was like, I can't believe they did that.
Great actor.
He's great. He's fantastic. But it's like he's got all this, like, he's bald cap and he's like all white. And
I'm gonna have to watch it again and notice it. But like, I did not notice it.
There's no way to make Quan Chi look like a normal, like, dude. Like, there's, like, every iteration I've seen of a live-action Quan Chi just looks ridiculous.
I mean, yeah. You have to.
He looks like Nosferatu.
Yeah, Orlok, yeah. But, yeah, they have... Quan Chi can just bring back anybody, so they brought back Kung Lao. That Liu Kang dies, but it's, like, with purpose. He's like, I'm gonna go find Kung Lao and bring him back, so... Yeah. Dude, I want a movie where it's Liu Kang looking for Kung Lao in hell. That's a great...
In the other, what is it?
The Netherworld.
Netherrealm?
Netherworld, Netherrealm, something like that. The Nether from Minecraft. That would be my favorite Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, and I like that they take out Raiden, because Raiden, he's OP. He's like, you need to kind of take out the god so that he can't help him all the time.
Yes. That's a great choice, because it's like, it makes, again, the movie really knows how to build stakes. They progress over time. They're actually connected. Like, I think a good comparison for this movie to show, like, how to do it right versus wrong is the Mario Galaxy movie. Because that's a video game movie that is reverse engineered from references, that is, like, everything is just like, what can we put into the movie? What can we add to it?
That is, like... But I don't hate the movie, but that's the most nothing movie I've ever seen.
I know. It's crazy. It's like it's so numbing to see all those references like thrown in there that just hold no weight. It makes the whole movie so weightless and so disconnected from
like,
itself.
The first one was like pretty great. I liked
the first one was nice. I liked it, but again, like it's almost the reverse in here, where like the first one was just kind of nothing, and then this one is like, oh shit, we're doing some stuff now. And I thought Mario Galaxy was going to be better. I thought clearly it was going to be better, but no, it was not. In my opinion, it was not. And the thing is, this movie, it is like asking, okay, like how much can we put into this movie to like, make the film fun and truthful to the games. Yeah. But it's doing it in a way that's like, we cannot compromise having the movie feel like a movie. We cannot make the movie feel completely disjointed as a result. And I think that is the balance. Again, this movie's just all about balance. Yeah. It's got the nerdy pleasures and the sensibilities of Mortal Kombat that you want, like all those sensations you're going to feel in the theater. But it's not like at the cost of like the integrity of the structure of the thing. Like I really just do think it's not like a masterpiece, but it's like, this is how you do it.
This is the best way you could do a Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah. Like easily.
Yeah.
Um,
Sonya and Jax.
Sonya and Jax.
I just don't think they weren't that memorable in this one to me. They were more focused on in the first.
Yeah, they're more
movie.
sidelined in this movie as opposed to like the first one.
Yes,
but I mean, I think that's also kind of the case in some of the games as well. They're not like sidelined, but they're not always gonna be like the main character.
But what's interesting about that first fight with Katana and Johnny Cage is it's almost like those are our two main characters, and you kind of get their individual struggles immediately, like both of them from that fight. It's like Johnny Cage doesn't really know what he's doing. Katana is a very skilled fighter, but she is working under this guy who she's really trying to overthrow and get rid of. And so when he's like, finish him, and it's like she could, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
You see both of those characters and what they struggle with, like at the same time. And so I think that's a great, like, I think that like wraps up the first act, and I think that's a great place to put that.
Yeah.
And you get him rocking back and forth, like he's about to get finished off. I couldn't believe that.
Well, the moment I saw that, when he started rocking, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
he's gonna fall down."
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Sonya and Jax. I think Sonya gets one of the best parts of the movie because Shao Kahn earlier says finish him. Sonya at the end, she frees Katana from the chains that she's locked up in, and she just goes fight.
Yeah.
And it's so natural. But it's delivered perfectly to where that that's a reference to, like, when the round starts, fight. Yeah. But it's meaningful for the character. Yeah. It's like, fight back. Like, finally stand up to this guy. Yeah. And you want her to do that. It's actually low-key like an emotional part. Like, it captures the spirit of the game and the story that's being told in a beautiful way.
Yeah. Yeah, I always felt like Sonya was, because she is one of the OG like playable characters, but I always felt like she was not exactly the heart of the game. I don't know who that would be. I guess Liu Kang, but I always felt like she was necessary. Like, she wasn't just a throw-in character. Like, there's essence to her character, and it's also cool that she's like a female playable like character, and she's like in has this role as she's like a special forces character.
Yeah. And then I don't dislike her character. I just feel like there is more to be done. Because
when I first started playing Mortal Kombat, I always thought it was like Jax was like the main guy, but no, it's Sonya, and then Jax is her partner. I always loved playing Jax. I would always like spam the shooting, because he could just get a gun and start shooting people. But Jax also dies in this movie. He Shao Kahn stabs him. R.I.P.
He kind of dies similar to how Katana's father died. And, right? Am I right? Like, he gets stabbed through the chest?
Does he? I don't remember, actually.
Because in the opening, he definitely gets stabbed in the chest. Katana's dad. I'm asking about Jax. I don't quite remember.
But, no, yeah, Jax gets stabbed in the chest.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it kind of mirrors the fact that when she was a child, she was watching that happen helplessly, and she couldn't do anything about it. And in this one, another badass woman, Sonya Blade, like frees her from the shackles, and it tells her like, stand up to this guy.
Yeah.
She's essentially doing what she couldn't as a child. So
yeah.
It's really, really nice way to conclude that arc. And at the same time, we're concluding Johnny Cage's arc in the Netherworld, where he gets his Arcana, his power.
He gets to do that that shift kick that he does.
Yes, exactly.
Great stuff.
And he's like, for the first time in my life, I am Johnny fucking Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like for the first time, I'm not pretending to have meaning. I actually feel purpose. Yeah.
We also do get Scorpion and Sub-Zero back. Sub-Zero as, I guess,
Bihan? Well, that's his original name, right?
Yeah. What is his alternate?
I don't know. It's like the shadow clone thing going on. I don't know enough about
Is that
it.
Smoke? No.
I don't know enough about it. I'm sorry. But anyway, we do get those characters back, and it's cool to see them. You get to Get Over Here.
You have to. I feel like you need to put Get Over Here.
That's not in Annihilation. I don't think.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Because because I don't think Scorpion is in Annihilation.
That's the problem. We found the problem. That's the root cause. I also like how they have that. I forget his name, but they have that one actor from show. What's the show? Show about the samurai.
Shogun?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he's always like
in
that
a
one
lot of
Japanese
stuff.
character.
Yeah, but he plays Scorpion, and it's so funny because when he says "Get over here," it's like not him at all.
No, I think they use like the OG.
They use
voice,
the same
which
sound
I think
every
is
time.
like the voice of one of the creators of the game.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, one of the co-creators is like a bartender in this movie.
Yeah, he has like a little cameo.
And he also, I read up that he said, I don't know if it was the same guy, but it was one of the creators that said...
Was it Ed Boon?
Yes.
Okay.
And he said Mortal Kombat Annihilation is like his worst mistake or something. Like the worst mistake he's ever made.
Well,
getting that movie made.
It might not be him then. It might be the other one because I think the other creator... I don't remember his name, but he was credited as the co-writer of Annihilation. Oh, co-story.
That might have been it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they did a great job with the villains of the movie.
Yeah.
You kind of have Shang Tsung like supporting Shao Kahn, giving him that power, and then Shao Kahn is super menacing, as we said, and as you said, it doesn't feel impossible to beat him.
Yeah.
It's just, once again, I'm going to keep saying this, it's the balance.
Yeah.
It's the perfect stakes where he can kill the main character of the last movie.
Yeah.
And so you really want to see him get defeated.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And Sindel is in the movie too. Queen Sindel, just like in... It's interesting because in the original two movies are Shang Tsung, and then Shao Kahn is the villain of the second one. Shao Kahn in Annihilation sounds like fucking John Malkovich to me when he talks, by the way. Just his voice sounds like John Malkovich to me.
I don't remember.
It's very interesting. The casting in that movie is not good.
It's not good at all.
And then the first Mortal Kombat 2021 is about Shang Tsung, and then this one's about Shao Kahn. So they both kind of follow that pattern, but this one just does it so much better.
Well, honestly, you can't really start off a Mortal Kombat like franchise with like one of the biggest bad guys out there. So you have to start off with like one of the smaller bad, like
sure.
Shang Tsung or like Quan Chi.
Sure, yeah. But Sindel is played by somebody I know. I met Anna at at an after party at South by Southwest for a film called Dead Eyes, and then we chatted for a bit, and so I kind of DM'd her and I was like, Mortal Kombat was so good. She was like, yeah, it's super fun, right? So so shout out to her. But yeah, I think she did a great job too. I think Sindel doesn't get a whole lot of mileage in the movie, but she has one really cool fight scene with Sonya where she's in this like they're in this small room full of spikes, and she's just screaming, and that is kind of a hellish situation to be in because you want to like run away and get out of there, but you can't because there's spikes
she has
everywhere.
to like hide behind like pillars and stuff.
Yeah, it's a really cool. Again, the staging in the movie is really creative.
Yeah,
and it changes.
She gets a fatality too.
Yeah, and what's cool is that each stage changes. Like, the stakes of each fight feel different. The personal stakes of each fight feel different. The setting of each fight plays into the rules of it, and, like, it all feels different. And then there's a fucking life counter in the sky.
Yeah. I love that. I love that they just make the reality the video game.
And also, like, when a character, it's like divine. They're like selected by a divine force of like who's gonna fight who.
It's the gods.
It's literally, but the gods are us, bro.
Yeah.
It's the players. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They literally exist in the game, and we're watching them live out their lives. But the players, I think, exist as this divine force in the fucking movie, because you see how it highlights them with the blue and the orange before they disappear. It's like they're hovering over the selection, because when you're playing Mortal Kombat, they're like player 1 blue, player 2 orange, and you're like highlighting Sonya Blade. You click it.
Yeah.
Bro, it's us. You understand that?
I mean,
that's the coolest shit ever. I've never seen a video game movie where it almost implies the existence of the players in that way.
I think if you can look at it in that way, but
no,
I don't
you
think...
should look at it in that way.
I think it is fun to look at it in that way, but I don't think the movie's actually saying like it's like inside of a video game.
Jeremy Slater, if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, I know you commented on my video, so you know who I am. Am I on the money with this or not? I need to know. If I'm not, that's fine. But I think it's a cool interpretation. Would you agree? I'm asking Jeremy if he agrees. Yeah. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try to get him to watch this. But anyway, I love that. If you intended that, you're an absolute genius. Actually, if you didn't intend that, you're still a genius, because this is a great movie. But at the same time, I hope you meant to do it like that, because it works so well.
I think, especially for this movie, I think it could get kind of iffy if you try to like push that narrative too much, though, because it gets too like meta.
Sure, of course. No, of course. Like maybe not literally. Yeah. But
it is.
But in terms of what
the style,
I'm talking about the function. Of it. Like, yes, in the movie, literally, it's like gods, right? Yeah. But the function the gods play is like the player itself. It's like who's choosing who gets paired up with who. You know?
I think it's also just like the way the movie kind of mixes the style with the video games.
Of course, because, the orange and red is probably just like
because like in the first movie we don't really get to. I don't think they like have that little shining outline before they get chosen.
No, they don't, because this movie is on another fucking level. It understands that.
No, this movie definitely
that these characters just get summoned into combat, and like they literally get teleported to a stage. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, the smallest details in this movie, like it feels like it means something in relations to the video game.
Exactly. We do get Kano back as well.
I love Kano.
He's so fucking annoying, but on purpose.
Exactly, and that's why I love him, because he has like the funniest like little quips and one-liners, and you don't need Kano really in this movie, but I mean you kind of do, because he has the amulet, but it's so funny how they have to resurrect him just so that he could like take it out of his pocket.
Well, that's I think, again, this movie understands the character so well, because Kano is the guy, and this is even in the first one, that like you need something from him, so you have to put up with him, but you don't want to because he's so fucking annoying. Yeah. I'm sorry. He's so fucking annoying. And so they resurrect him when they could have just taken it out of his pocket, and they're like, God damn it, this guy's alive now. I just think that's so funny.
Yeah, I love the just the way that the actor plays him in this film, especially. Well, this one, and honestly, he's like one of the best parts of the last one as well.
Yeah, he is. He does provide a bit of personality to the last one that is greatly needed.
Yeah, he kind of.
I just wish he was like more balanced out. I feel like when you only have him carrying a lot of the humor and everything.
I mean, that's also the problem with the first one, is that he's the only one that seems to like actually have some sort of personality.
Everyone else is way too stoic in the first one. I feel like, it really is just him. In this one, Johnny Cage has a lot of great humor. Baraka is hilarious in this movie. Practical Baraka teeth, by the way.
Really
I was blown away that they did that. Yeah. I love that they made him so expressive and feel so real. But you have a lot more. There's just a lot more charisma going around in this movie. Yeah. Awesome film, really.
It's so great. Do we still want to kind of go over the other movies?
Let's touch on, so our final kind of segment of this episode is just to kind of break down what this movie gets right that the other ones get wrong.
Yeah.
Stuff that we haven't touched on.
Yeah.
So if we take each film on its own, I think compared to the previous movie, the 2021 film, this movie fixes the main character issue, where it feels like we have someone that lives in the world a little more.
He's like an actual character, like
with
an actual
Katana. Well, with Katana, she's involved in the tournament, and then
so
you also
like,
have Johnny Cage on the outside of it, and I think that balance of having those two characters coexisting works really, really well to not make the movie feel like you get a lot of natural explaining of the stakes watching Katana's life happen. But then you get a lot of, I guess, like watching how someone becomes part of the world, kind of like in the last movie, but in just a more entertaining way with Johnny Cage. And you get, I think, a more grounded human arc that people can relate to a little bit more. You know, I don't know if any of you out there have had some kind of Lion King backstory where, like, some guy comes in and, like, kills your dad and, like, overthrows the Outworld Kingdom. Literally. But there are some people who feel like they're past their prime. And I think Johnny Cage is just it gives a little bit more relatability to the story. Katana is probably also relatable in her I guess courage and you know, her
she knows that she's kind of on the bad side, but she wants to do good.
Right, exactly. No, she is I think a great character. I just think like she's more embedded into the fantasy aspects, whereas Johnny Cage is more grounded, and I think that balance works really well. Yeah,
and I mean even with the last one, it was too. It tried to be too real, like too grounded in too much of this world, and they tried to explain away a lot of this stuff. When it's like just go along with it. Mm-hmm. Just go along with it. The stuff doesn't make sense, but just at a certain point, it all comes down to how the characters react to the world that they're a part of.
And there's too much in the first one of that kind of like, oh, Liu Kang, you just shot a fireball? How did you do that? Like, there's too much of that kind of questioning of the reality. Whereas this movie, I feel like we're already in it. It's Johnny Cage is not. He's more like learning to master it, you know.
Like, and it kind of shows from the get go. Like whenever Johnny Cage first meets Raiden and Sonya, and then Raiden does the teleportation thing. It's in reality, you'd be like, what?
He does kind of say that.
He does, but I think there would still be a bit more like questioning going on. It's like, what is going on? Like, that's like so crazy and bizarre, but he just goes along with it.
Well, yeah, and I think that's how the audience that he thinks he's like hallucinating it, like a half joking way.
Yeah, he kind of explains away like how he's rationalizing it, but I also think it is kind of him as the audience. It's like, just go along with it, see where it goes. And
I think the movie is trying to communicate this sort of like, we're not trying to be grounded. Yeah. Also, the idea that a character would try to explain it away in their own mind and rationalize it makes more sense to me than someone just like questioning it and freaking out repeatedly. Like, I feel like there are certain people that would act that way, and then there are certain people like Johnny Cage who would be like, yeah, but like, this probably just isn't fucking real. There's probably an explanation for it, so whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's kind of in a position in his life where it's like nothing really matters anymore. So the one thing that's just kind of exciting is like kind of like, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the also, we already mentioned this before, the DP of this movie did a great job. It's visually more dynamic. There's the stages, everything's more colorful. I feel like the first movie, the previous one, just has like too much just in Raiden's temple. It's just like brown.
Well, yeah, when I think of that movie, I just think of like beige, like brown,
and you're like in a plane or a car, and it's all very basic stuff. There's very little like in the outer Outworld where you're on that big bridge. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of the visual identity of that film either. I think the 95 movie looks a lot better and more colorful. It has more style.
It's like the most 90s movie of all time.
It's crazy.
It's like, hey, let's make Mortal Kombat, but we want to make it for kids. And let's do something kind of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of thing with this movie.
Yeah. And I do like it for that reason. I did enjoy that movie.
And this is what started, the career of the great Paul W.S. Anderson as well.
It just says Paul Anderson at the end.
Yeah,
which is cool.
It was before the W.S.,
Yeah, before Paul Thomas Anderson came in and was like, oh, damn, now I got to change it and fix it. But I do think that's a good movie. I think it's fun.
It's a bit too boring for me.
I don't know. There's parts, but I think the style is enough to carry it for the most part. And I like that Liu Kang is the main character of it, but I also feel like his characterization is way better in these new movies.
Yeah,
he's a little more wise and mature in the newer movies.
I do like I do like Johnny Cage in that one as well, because he does he plays the more, I guess, accurate Johnny Cage.
Younger one
to the video games.
That's another thing. We got that already. We don't need to do that again in this new movie. Let's do something a little different.
Yeah. I just think there's also just a lot of logistical stuff in the movie where the more you kind of think about it, the more it doesn't make sense kind of things going on with that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really care if it makes sense, to be honest.
You never seem to care about that.
Well, that's Mortal Kombat. I think that's pretty reasonable to be like, it's just supposed to be kind of.
Well,
crazy.
No, I know, but it's like you think about, at least with this Mortal Kombat movie, you think about it and you're like, that stuff makes sense. I understand where they're going. Where in the other one, it's like, oh, we're just in this location because we have to be in this location.
Okay, so you're saying continuity.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I could see that. The continuity and also what I care about is if a movie follows the rules of its own world, right? If I feel like the movie has its own thing going on and it makes sense within the context of itself, if I can rationalize it that way, I'm okay with it pretty much all the time. I kind of go into a Mortal Kombat with a more suspension of disbelief than most things.
There's a lot of unnecessary changes, like with Scorpion and his spear.
It's
stuff.
Alive.
It's like alive and it's coming out of his.
I didn't love that.
I hate it. Yeah,
I like it way better when it's like on a chain.
That's the thing. In Annihilation, isn't there a character that uses like two? Right?
I don't remember that.
I think.
Dude, I'm making myself look so stupid. I promise I watched it.
I watched it too just recently, and I don't even remember. That's kind of like. I can't. I think that's a bit telling.
Yeah, but the casting in the 95 and even in Annihilation, I just feel like is so poor. Like,
it's so bad.
I like some of them, but Christopher Lambert as Raiden is just ridiculous. Insane. I think that's ridiculous. Why are we like whitewashing that character basically? In a sense?
I don't know. Well, I do know because it's the 90s and they don't want to. They need to have some white characters in the movie.
Yeah,
they don't care about.
You have Johnny Cage.
Yeah, they don't care about all the, I guess, being politically correct or whatever you want to be about it.
It's just ridiculous. You can't just do that. And
I mean, like I said, it's the night they didn't care.
I know, but it knocks the movie down for me a bit, especially just because I don't like Christopher Lambert's performance. I think it's ridiculous.
It's so fun. Like when he starts laughing and then he stops and he's like,
"Oh my god, amazing part!" I couldn't believe it. Like it is funny, but it's like it doesn't have the same charm as the rest of the movie. It actually takes me out of the charm a bit. The movie's more centered towards kids and younger audiences.
Yeah,
so people who grew up with this movie really like it, and I understand why. Because like if you see it as a kid, you think it's really cool.
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't get entirely on board with that now. There's like not really much gore at all.
Visual
it's a
effects
little
are awful.
Well, yeah, they are.
I mean,
in both of them.
The '90s visual effects aren't gonna be good, but they were trying to do some stuff that was just out of bound for
I think it's a bit fucking ridiculous. The scene when Scorpion's like trying to get Johnny Cage and it's like going all over the place, and then it like gets in his face. It's like there's a goofiness to it.
Yeah. I actually don't mind the Johnny Cage Scorpion fight because it actually feels like a big set piece fight that they put a bit more effort into.
I guess so, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I just didn't like the
reptile
execution.
just being completely CGI.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah,
it's like, ooh, that's not that looks really bad.
No, it's not. And then Annihilation, of course. You know what can be said about that movie? It's got more action in it because they wanted to do that more, but it makes it so incoherent. The production is so rushed.
They swapped out Raiden and Sonya, and well, they didn't have Jax in the first one, but they finally gave us Jax.
And then they have, again, Shao Kahn sounds like John Malkovich. I just can't take him seriously at all.
Well, he also just doesn't have his
not all
mask.
The time.
No, like,
well, it's not fully on, but there's a partial, like, it's a silly looking mask.
It's a silly looking, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Like Mortal Kombat 2, he has the mask on the entire time because that's his character.
Well, and then at the end of the movie, Katana takes it off
and kills him.
And she's like, let's show these people who you actually are. You're like, I don't know, he's like ugly and shit. Like, there's purpose to it in the second movie. Whereas this,
with Annihilation,
it's random.
Yeah.
It's like he's
got
it on.
It's not random. He doesn't have it on at all except for the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. If somebody else knows why, please tell me. If somebody's like a Mortal Kombat Annihilation fan and they want to break it down, I'm happy to hear it. But they went for like more visual effects in this movie, more fighting, but because they're doing so much more, they have a more ambitious premise and a more like bigger scale, I guess, to it. It not only leaves it messy, but the CGI is so bad that because there's so much of it, it's like even worse.
Oh yeah, I've been saying this. It's like it looks like it's both more expensive and also less expensive than the previous movie. It just looks bad overall because I think they put too much into the special effects or visual effects.
They required too much VFX to get it right.
Yeah. Like there's scenes at the beginning where if you look at the sky, you could like see like where they were like copying and pasting like certain
I swear
like
I swear I saw a set light at one point.
Maybe.
Swear. It was like 1 second. But it's crazy.
They also got those weird like the ball thingies that they have to go into, like go from one place to another. Really weird. I don't even know if those are in the games, but they.
Yeah. It's a bizarre movie, but I like it. It's fun. So here's the thing about me. I never am like, oh, I like this movie so bad it's good. I don't like that because most of the time I'm like, if you like it, you just like the movie. There's no such thing. Like, you either like it or you don't like it, and it's okay. But for this, I'm like questioning my faith. I'm like,
no, I do believe in it's so bad it's
yeah,
good
like
movies.
With this, I'm like, no, it's not good. Like,
but it's fun to watch.
I don't think it's good,
yeah.
But I really do get joy out of it.
What I dislike is calling something a guilty pleasure because you should never feel guilty about
those are two. Yeah, those are separate things.
Yeah,
that is. I agree. That is worse.
Yeah,
guilty pleasure. You shouldn't feel guilt over it.
But so bad is good. I think is more like understandable because, like, for instance, like Flight Risk, like
Flight Risk is
really bad movie, but there's enjoyment to have out of it.
That is true. I mean, you would maybe say Highlander.
Yeah.
But I think people use that term on movies where I'm like, no, this is genuinely good.
Yes.
You guys just think that the movie's the way it is on accident, and that's why you think it's so bad it's good, because you are enjoying the movie, but you don't realize that that's the intended enjoyment you're getting right there.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I kind of draw the line.
Yeah, no,
I think there's ways to misuse
I'm
it.
on board with you in terms of that, but I also do feel like there are movies that are so bad they're good.
I mean,
like The Room. Have you ever seen The Room?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, The Room is fun.
Yeah.
But no, the Mortal Kombat Annihilation, it reminded me that I guess maybe just in a while I haven't seen one where I would be like, oh, it's so terrible, but I love it.
Yeah.
Finally, it broke me to where I was like, no, yeah, this is that one.
Oh,
This
I've
is
seen
that
so
movie.
many.
Well, of course you've seen some. So the way that I engage with, well, I guess it maybe hadn't been that long. It was probably what's it called? The one where there's the guy doing the Al Pacino impression.
Yeah, L.A. Wars.
L.A. Wars. That was probably the last one I saw that I would categorize that way.
That's a great one,
and
too.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation feels like one of those cheap Vinegar Syndrome movies that we would put on and laugh about together.
It's honestly it is like a so bad it's good movie.
But it is. But it really, I think if you engage with it like it's one of those cheap Vinegar Syndrome trashy movies, it becomes great. It's like, this is the same ilk as like LA Wars. Like I could watch them together and they would feel pretty similar. It's that bad for a blockbuster.
Which is just crazy, because if you look at the careers of the Leonetti brothers, it was directed by John Leonetti, who was the DP for the first Mortal Kombat movie. He's now the director for Mortal Kombat Annihilation and has his brother, Matthew Leonetti, as the DP. You would assume that it would look and feel a lot better than it does, because those guys have been in the industry for like a long time doing like big movies, but it just isn't. It isn't very good. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like visual, like especially, it's just really the visual effects. Like it just takes everybody out of it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
There is one thing these older Mortal Kombat movies have on the new ones, and that is that they use the theme song in the movie and not just like the credits.
They use it in Mortal Kombat 2?
In the movie?
Yeah, like they don't, like not like the entire song or the entire theme, but I believe they play it like during, I think, one of Johnny Cage's fights.
But it doesn't go like Mortal Kombat.
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't use like the whole song.
Right. That's what I mean, though. I like the one where it's like Mortal Kombat, and then it plays. I guess maybe that's why I didn't remember.
Yeah.
But it actually, I just like that it uses that whole song. It commits and.
It commits to saying Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. I need that, and I think I think that's the best part.
Yeah.
That theme song is amazing.
It's so good. Like every time it comes on, I'm just like, let's do this.
Yeah. But also, again, balance with this new one. It doesn't say Mortal Kombat, but it uses the theme song. And it's like, that's exactly what this movie does. It's like, you got it. It's there, but it's not overstaying itself. So maybe that's kind of exactly why this movie works, is that you're not going to get the chant until the very end credits, but you'll get the music, and it'll feel more balanced that way.
Yeah.
But I think, this is the best one. My ranking would be, it's so fucked up. My ranking would probably be the 2021 movie at the bottom, to be honest, because it's just the most boring.
Yeah.
And I think that's the worst thing a film can be.
Yeah.
Annihilation, second to last. It's the worst one, but it's not the least enjoyable one.
Yeah.
And then probably the 95 film, because it's got some merit to it, but it's dated, and I didn't grow up with it, so it just doesn't hit the same. And then obviously the second one is the best one, the new one.
By a mile.
Yeah, like a pretty considerable margin between those two.
By like a country.
But I like the 95 one a little bit. I would give it like 3 stars.
I think I gave that like
You gave it 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gave it 3 because I think it has enough style to be worth, like it's worth checking out. I wouldn't mind watching it again one day.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, then yes. If you're not, then you're not gonna like the movie. I promise you won't.
At first, it opened strong. I was like, wait, this might be peak right here.
Yeah.
Maybe these people know what they're talking about, but no, I didn't hit quite that high.
Yeah. No, it just reminds me of Enter the Dragon, which I like Enter the Dragon, but this one just feels like a copy of that, but with Mortal Kombat on top of it.
So how would you
It's
order
the
these?
same exact ranking.
Same exact ranking?
Same exact ranking.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought the last 2 would be switched, at least.
I think technically, like,
in terms of quality, of course.
Yeah, it would, but in terms of enjoyment, I think I'm on the same board.
Yeah, we get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this never happens. This is awesome. But
I'm excited for the third. I mean, apparently Jeremy Slater is still coming back to write that one.
We need him.
Yeah.
Get him to write the Mortal Kombat movies forever, as long as they're made.
I think they have to stop at the third one, though.
Yeah, nice little trilogy.
Yeah.
It could work.
They...
The thing is, you really have to be careful with Quan Chi, because you can just bring back characters that's going to get old.
You have to kill him in the next
You have
one.
to, like, kill a character that we care about, and then kill Quan Chi, and he can't come back.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, that character can't come back.
Yeah.
Like, make it really feel real. I don't know. But, Jeremy, do your thing, bro. You know what you're doing.
And I mean, I got to give a little bit of credit to, not a little bit, this is directed by, Simon McQuoid?
Simon McQuaid, something. I'm sorry.
Like, you really upgraded on this movie. Like, you took the criticism well, and then you made something better out of it.
Oh, yeah. Simon's, like, improving as a filmmaker, and, like, it's not even that the first one is terrible, like awfully directed.
They just didn't know what direction to go with.
I think the first one was a nice little template to get feedback.
Yeah.
And they used it, and they bounced back really well.
It's kind of interesting because it seems like that was the case for the early kind of the fan fiction, the fan made movie, like short movies that came out before that one, which made people interested into making another Mortal Kombat movie, which was that first Mortal Kombat, not the first one, the one before this one. And then it's like constant feedback on what needs to be tweaked and what needs to change to make it work. And I think it's just a constant up until we got this movie, and then they're like, they perfected it in a way.
Yeah.
So it is going to be interesting to see where they go with the third one, if they're going to make any more like big changes, or if they're going to try to stick at this tone and at this level and like kind of keep it there.
Yeah. I mean, I just want a new experience with this same kind of balance that they've captured.
Yeah.
With this one. So we will see where the Mortal Kombat films go from here, but for now, you can see where we're going to go from here by following and subscribing and liking and commenting and rating the show. And you can check out our previous episode about Beowulf and everything else that we've put out.
Wait, we forgot. What are we rating this movie?
Oh. I originally had 3.5 out of 5, but due to the conversation, I think I will give this a 4 out of 5 apples in the box. I think I will commit to that because I think the rewatch is going to bring it up.
Same exact thing. I think I had it at 3.5 before, and I think it's a 4 now.
Yeah. I think and again, very important to remember, these ratings, they're relative when you're talking about any given movie. Every movie is approached differently because every movie has different goals. So I think we're rating these relative to how well we think they achieved their goals. So 4 out of 5 apples in the box across the board.
Yeah. We've been on the same level with all these movies in this episode.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird. It's making me uncomfortable. We got to talk about something else and get back on track next time. But yeah, it's like we're balanced. The movie made us balanced. Interesting. Okay.
Well, we'll see how Street Fighter does. If I'm being honest,
cautious.
It does not look good to me.
I'm cautious.
The trailer did not sell me on it at all.
I've only seen clips from the trailer, from like reaction videos. I've never seen.
I mean,
it could be good. It could be good, but like just based on like some of the people in the movie and what the trailer, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little cautious about that one, but we'll see what happens. Maybe when it comes out, we'll talk about it if it's interesting enough to us. But for right now, give us a like, give us a follow. Stay tuned next week for the next films we cover. And yeah, I've been Peyton.
And I've been Adrian.
And we'll see you next time on the Apple Box.